Hey, 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 I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Gonna feel good. Gonna feel good. Holy moly, guacamole in my pockets. What a blessing. Got it on me, I got options. Real stepper, check the shoes, get it poppin'. Eating good, feeling good. Where my hopping done at? Put it on a plate with some lemonade. That's the way we did it in the old days. Back then, mama said, get up, walk on play. But you better not come home like this. Street lights, we was young racing. Street lights, carefree was the best time. Fast forward days, dreaming about the next time. When it's gonna happen again, cause I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? How you feel? Turn it up a notch, pop up clean room. Everyday celebration, take a trip vacation. You deserve a day, you deserve a day off. Working for too long, gotta keep back. Turn my cell phone off, wait till I get back. Ooh, yeah, I did that. Living my life with no regrets. So I titled, let go. Pull up on me, what we on? We just chillin', where we at the spot. What time? Anytime. Let go. Pull up on me, what we on? We just coolin', where we at? The chill spot. What time? Party time. I just wanna have fun. Come and pick me up, meet me at the spot. Up all night till the sunrise. Pop back cool, get ready for the ride. Don't it feel good? Don't it feel good? Don't it feel?
Run it back, run it back, run it back. Run it back, run it back, run it back. Oh, baby. It is the year of the run back. We're running it back with the best offense of all time.
That's what they'll have you believe.
That's how it's being positioned right now. It's the greatest offense of all time. They're running it back with murderous row is what they're doing right now. And it's not a plus Cano. It's murderous row plus Ryan McMahon. What's up, everybody? Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, I'm in training, all right? Look at this. I'm not having coffee this morning.
Okay.
I'm having a little yogurt.
There you go. I
Hey.
see it.
Hey, 20 grams of protein in this baby. Let me tell you, strawberries and cream. Ooh, sounds naughty.
It
Sounds
does.
naughty to me.
It's-
Sounds like
it seems a little early for that sort of
tell you what.
activity.
the AO moment of the year went to Crackle Nuts, and he said he loves anything that creams.
He did say that.
He did say that. Yeah,
He
that is
did
100%
say that.
true.
Good
That is
morning to the
100%
chat.
true. Oh my God, Johnny Rib, 20 grams of protein. You bet your ass, Johnny Rib. You bet your ass, baby. You bet your ass.
Greatest community, man. I tell you.
The best,
guys.
top notch, top of the line. But man, we got a little bit to talk about today, man.
course.
Yankees almost feels like they are done shopping, I guess. Do they even shop? I don't know how to really phrase that. They were window shopping for a minute. They're kind of the you go to Saks. You go to Saks Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
You walk in there, you go, man, it's nice, isn't it? But I can't buy shit. It's wonderful in here, man. I will look great in that. Can't afford it. I look good in that. Can't afford that either. That's kind of what they're doing, and
Would be nice.
would be nice, but it does seem like there's potential here that the Yankees offseason could be done, and our roster is set. Now, are there minor moves of relief pitching and things of that, area there? Maybe. But let's get right into it, man. I guess we can start because this is the best place for me to start, I believe, is kind of what is being ran out there. I got a video I want to play too from Bryan Hoch, who was pretty damn honest about the Yankees, and I shouted him out for it because you don't always get honesty from beat reporters. You really don't. You don't always get guys saying, what the hell are they doing with Jason Dominguez? You know, you don't usually get that. You know what I mean? You don't usually get somebody saying, I don't know what the hell these betting things are talking about. I have the Yankees odds so high. Like, I don't know what they're seeing. But Hoke was fairly honest. And it's funny. This was a conversation I heard about yesterday. I think we were talking about this in our group chat. And Kev was talking about how a lot of times, you know, Twitter or people that see clips, cut clips from NYU, they'll say, well, these guys are negative and blah, blah, blah. Isn't there a difference between negativity and honesty? Honesty isn't negative. It's how we're feeling in the moment. Because the one thing I could share here is a lot of people in this chat were kind of mad at me when I was saying I like the Ryan Weathers deal. I could have been negative about that. I said, this guy's an ass can. I like Ryan Weathers, so I like the move they made. But Bryan Hoch yesterday was honest. I think some people could see what he said as negative, but he was honest about it. So I want to start with this article because Francis, I think this is going to get you going here, and I'm gonna allow you to go first on this because
the whole clip.
Not the whole clip. The whole clip is going to come second. I'm going to play that
Okay.
after this, but I'm going to show the contrast of beat writers here. This is from Mark Feinstein. All right, this is an article
this.
written.
I like what you're doing here.
It's an article written because this shows you can fan, right? You can cover the team and have different opinions. A lot of times we're living in the world now where you have to think like everybody else. You're not allowed to say, I don't like this, but I love the team. No, because you have to love everything they do. No, you don't. You do not. That is not the way you fan. And again, here at the U, we don't tell people how to fan. We don't tell people to go become a fan of 29 other clubs. We don't do that here at the U. You fan how you want to fan. But here is, whoops, that's not it. Here's the article.
That was funny.
We're about to just rewind the whole episode here. The Yankees had been in contact with the Brewers about Peralta, but now that he's off the board, I don't expect him to be in the mix for any of the free agent starters, including Valdez, Gallen, Bassett, or Giolito. As for the lineup, Bellinger was the only missing piece. The only missing piece, folks, was Cody Bellinger. He's the only one. That's all he needed. With that situation settled, GM Brian Cashman would likely look to add a bullpen piece or two, but the bench looks finished with Ahmed Rosario, Oswaldo Cabrera, former top prospect that everyone in the world called the Martian, Jason Dominguez, is on the bench, and potentially Spencer Jones, another top prospect. When Anthony Volpe returns from his left shoulder surgery, Jose Caballero will join that bench group. As well, Bellinger was the big piece of unfinished business, but that has now been addressed. Francis, take over, will you?
Deep sighs, man. Deep sighs. I think, look, first of all, I want to say that what Mark Feinstein is reporting in that article is not, it's not fake news by any stretch of the imagination. I believe that is probably the calculus in the Yankees front office right now, right? I don't want people to look at that and say, well, you know, Feinstein gets things wrong or whatever. Yeah, maybe he's gotten things wrong in the past. Plenty of, I think anybody who's in that business gets things wrong at one point or another. But in that regard, what he's talking about in that article, I do think that he is spot on with how the Yankees view their offseason. There's been no indication otherwise. Even him saying that the Yankees contacted Milwaukee kind of pissed me off, right? And I'll tell you why. And some people are just going to say, well, Francis, you get mad about everything. Well, that's fine. If that's what you think, you're entitled to your opinion.
He's an angry guy.
I'm an angry guy, apparently. What are you going to do?
Don't be around Francis when he's angry.
Oh, I'm a toxic Yankee.
And it's always.
So I mean, contacting Milwaukee is one thing, right? But I was kind of not really in a back and forth with somebody yesterday because, well, I had a discussion with somebody, and then this other person jumped in on Twitter And I didn't. I responded one time and then left the person talking to themselves, because obviously it's like, if it's just going to be negative, if we can't debate points, then I don't want to do it. And they were like, "Well, would you want to listen to NYYU or you want to listen to Chris Kirchner in regards to Freddie Peralta?"
Yeah.
Well, you see, the thing is that people don't read articles. You see what you just did? You posted an article, the actual white and black on the page. People don't read those things.
Yeah.
People read headlines, right? Kirshner put out an article, I believe it was this week. And in the article, he was saying, now that Cody Bellinger's deal is done, and this was the same day that this was the same day that Peralta ended up getting traded that night. He was like, now that Bellinger's deal is done, the Yankees should be all in on Freddie Peralta. Yeah. They should be. He never reported that they were in on him. He never even reported that there was contact. Mark Feinsand went further to say that the Yankees made contact. Here's my issue with all of that. None of that tells you that the Yankees were in on Freddie Peralta. In. Right. What does in mean, ladies and gentlemen? In means that they called. They were given a price and they said, okay, we're in. We're in. If that's the ask, put us on the board as potential suitors. Contacted, all that means is they called and checked on what the price was. That doesn't mean that they said, "Oh, okay, that's something that we're comfortable with. Keep us in mind when you're thinking about." No. That's not what that means. Contacted could just mean they called, they heard what was the ask, and the ask, what did Lo say in our chat? Would have been comparable. Would have been like, would it have been Lombard? I think probably Lombard.
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
What did he say? Lombard and ERC, something like that.
Yeah.
So Lombard and ERC. So it seems to me that, they probably made contact. They were likely told something along the lines of George Lombard Jr. and ERC or ER, and they hung up the phone and said, no, thank you. To me, that is a problem. Why is that a problem? Well, Pete, it's real simple. While I have made the argument that I'm not in love with the Yankees offense by any stretch of the imagination, believe it or not, the pitching worries me almost just as much, not because of the regular season, but because of the playoffs, right? And to not be long-winded, I'll end it there. My focus on the New York Yankees in terms of offseason, I always look at it as an October focus, as a playoff focus, because to me, the New York Yankees should be building teams with their eyes fixed on October. In that regard, I don't know what this rotation is in October. I don't know what version of Gerrit Cole I have in October. I don't know what version of Rodon I have in October. I don't know what Luis Gil is going to be in October. I don't know if Clark Schmidt is in October. I think I have an idea of Cam Schlittler, but in all honesty, we don't know what Cam Schlittler is going to be either. Yeah. And Max Fried is the same. We kind of know what we're going to get.
Maybe.
In knowing what we're going to get, we know that we can doubt.
You know, and I'm happy you're going where you just went. Let me get to these super chats, and I want to continue that conversation because first of all, it's a very, very fair conversation. There's people that would say it's not fair or that's ridiculous. It's really not, and I think we could, put a lot of the points together on why it is a fair conversation to have. Why is it? There it goes. Balls deep. Hey, yo, I bet 20 games into the season before we get the first Pete. F this statement. 20 games? I don't know, man. You might get it. I might have to go the under on that one. It might be a lot quicker. Martin Perez says at this point, hey, yo, don't get me banned on this channel, brother. I can't say that out loud. Is better this sorry-ass news with this pathetic GM and Cashman sit on it while they dry spin Cashman. Hey, yo, my man went all the way in. He went all the way in. Hey, look, fans are upset. I get it. Fans are upset. My guy Kevin says, why not trade Dominguez, Warren, Hess, and Waldo to L.A. for Neto and Detmers? Sign Hayes as the fourth outfielder. Well, look, it's easier. Look, I will say this. When it comes to trades, it's easier said than done, right? It really is easier said than done because we can sit here all day and say, this obviously makes sense. Another team can sit there and go, nah, we're good. We don't want to trade Neto. So I don't give a poot what you send our way. We're not interested. But I want to stay on what Francis said real quick. There is cause to be concerned. I tweeted about the same exact thing yesterday, is what Francis is saying now. Let me just see if I can pull this up before I go to Bryan Hoch's thing here. My friend Marcus, at Marcus 432653558, said they can't possibly think running back the same exact team will bring different results. I responded and said, also, you got to remember, a ton has to go right because you had a lot of breakouts this season. And a lot of the positives on this team, the real ultra positives on the club, were breakout years. Trent Grisham, Jazz Chisholm, Cody Bellinger had one of his best years in the majors for the Yankees. In a year, again, a shout out to our guy, the librarian, Joe Randazzo said it. He wrote an article on Sports Illustrated, and he said straight up, nobody wanted this guy for 2 years. Nobody wanted him. That's not a knock on Cody Bellinger. It's that there is fairness to be concerned here. Cam Schlittler, awesome. We all see the talent. We all see the ability. We all see what Cam Schlittler could potentially be. Nobody's sitting here saying that Cam's going to be bad or he's going to have a bad year. All we're simply saying is it's a lot to ask in a very tough division. It is a lot to ask to see this kid come back. There's people I've already saw that's projected this kid to have under a 3 ERA. But what if he does what he did last year all season? Calm down. Calm down there, little Billy. Take it easy. That's not easy. Max Fried, one of the best pitchers in baseball, and he is. The guy's career ERA is almost a 3 flat. When he's on the mound, he's been awesome. The idea, though, is please stay on the mound if they're throwing you most innings you've ever thrown. We saw the tendencies this year of having some, blister issues and this and that. What we're saying here is you're risking a lot by just running it back. That's all we're saying. Now, if there's people out there that consider that to be negative, well, you're lying to yourself because that's called honesty. If we were being negative, you know what we'd say? Oh, no matter what people say about the Yankees rotation, it sucks. Let's be honest. No, it doesn't. Yankees rotation doesn't suck. The Yankees got more depth in the starting pitching area as it stands right now than they've had in years. Years. They have that. Yes, it is a fact. They have Garrett Cole coming back. Do we know, as Francis has said many times, is it fair to expect Cy Young Garrett Cole coming off of Tommy John surgery, being in his mid-30s? Is it fair to expect this guy's going to come back and be a top-of-the-rotation type guy? I don't think that's fair to him, no matter what his talent is, no matter what his trajectory is. I don't think it's fair to assume that. Carlos Rodon. Do you expect the same type of year again from Rodon coming off of surgery himself? I don't know. Does Will Warren get better? And now we could be saying all of this stuff, and maybe everything goes right. That's how baseball is. But to sit there and go, I'm okay and I'm fine, that they're running the same team back, really, really is concerning, in my opinion. And I don't think there's anything wrong with anybody fully calling that out and saying, I don't buy into this. I don't buy into this idea that they're running this team back.
Here's my thing. I don't mind, and I won't be long here, I don't mind people saying that they're okay with the Yankees running the team back because they saw the results of last year and they believe in those results. You know what really bothers me?
What grinds your gears? Tell us.
What really grinds my gears is that when those same people are not okay, that we don't like it. It's like you can be fine with them running it back. That's your prerogative. You can believe that this offense is truly one of the best offenses in baseball. You can believe that this rotation is one of the deeper rotations in baseball. I believe it also. I also agree with that it's one of the deeper rotations on paper.
You can't deny that. Yeah, you can't deny that. No.
Arguing that it's one of the best, again, that's somebody else's prerogative. My issue is when they get mad enough to become combative with people like you and myself because we're not happy with it.
Well, can I tell you? Can I tell you why?
They may.
Our voice is way louder.
And
our reach is way bigger. So it concerns. It's the reason. And again, I'm not gonna shit on anybody here. I don't care personally. You guys know the one thing about me. And the one thing about NYU, we don't have no reason to name drop and say, I don't like this person or these. I respect every content creator out there. I always say it, whether they like me or not, for whatever reason, I don't care. Twitter, I see, and you could just type in NYU and you're going to see a shit ton of negative messages, people attacking us for whatever the hell reason, never had back and forths, never had arguments. It's because it's
respectful.
It's
Even when
respectful.
even when we do
it
have
is,
back and
yes.
forth,
It's
it's
respectful.
always respectful.
100%.
Unless somebody else disrespecting, that's a whole other thing. But
And the reason it's done, and again, this is really like a Twitter pack, and that's it. Other than that, we
real
don't get
life.
this we don't get this in person. I don't get this on IG.
Never happens.
We don't get
No.
this on YouTube.
Nope.
We don't get it like that at all. Like, people love what we're doing. That's why we're growing the crazy amount of
TikTok
growth that we're
either.
having.
Never.
TikTok, the amount of growth that we're having is there for a reason. I think why it bothers certain people and why you'll have beat writers also try to dunk on NYU is because beat writers themselves try to do what we do, and they sit there and go, why the hell do these guys get all these views and we can't get nobody to watch us? We can't get nobody to tune in because we speak for the fans. Like, we bring up real concern. I'm never going to sit here and have a fan say, Pete, you know what? This team, I'm fed up with them. I spend a lot of money when I go to the stadium. I don't feel he's done enough. Imagine me sitting there going, done enough? What do you mean? What do you mean? Let me just go defend and defend and defend. We don't do that. Me and Francis love the Yankees as much as anybody else.
Yep.
As much as anybody else, right? But we're not going to sit here and just agree with everything. You want me to go one step further? Alex Rodriguez and Derek Jeter played for this team. They obviously love the Yankees in a different way than many of us ever can.
Mm-hmm.
They know the ins and outs. They understand it better than any of us ever could understand it. A-Rod flat out said, do you know how badly me and Jeet, he name dropped Jeet for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Jeet want to be on Fox Sports and say everything positive about the Yankees, but I can't lie to myself. I can't do it. I'm not going to sit there and just gaslight this team. I'm not going to sit there and say everything is good when I believe there's issues. I'm going to talk about the issues. That's exactly what we do here. And to bring up and continue the point of why there is fairness of having concern here, Trent Grisham had 2 seasons. And Francis talked about this a lot. And hell, GM Brian Cashman had no idea. He made no sense whatsoever. He sat there and said, well, the reason we are happy about this too is because Trent Grisham was great on the road and at home. Trent Grisham hit on the 200 at Yankee Stadium. He was horrific at Yankee Stadium. And is this a let's all gang up and beat up on Trent Grisham? No. Trent Grisham is a God-fearing man. He seems like a great guy. He had a breakout year last year. That is all facts.
Became a father last year. God
Became a
bless him.
father last year.
Mm-hmm.
That is all facts, right? Pre-All-Star game, Trent Grisham was a different ball player. Pre-All-Star game, he was an absolute monster. He hit for average. He had 251 pre-All-Star game. He did all that really, really good, right? On base percentage, slugging percent, all that stayed the same. But guess what? Trent always had power. The problem with Trent Grisham was he didn't always play a ton, but he never was ever a guy that hit 250. You never had a stretch of Trent Grisham hitting 250 plus, and wow, man, he's doing everything. Homers, singles, doubles. Second half of the year, Trent Grisham hit 216. He hit 216. The league started to find out a little bit more that he's in the lineup every day. We can adjust to this guy a little bit, and we can make that adjustment. So if you're sitting there going, I'm just concerned that Grisham is going to have the same year, there's facts behind that. You know, there is legitimate facts behind that. 267 at-bats, pre-All-Star game, 227 at-bats. Only thing he did in the second half, and if you're okay with this, then that's fine. The homers didn't change. He had more homers in the second half. But everything else completely dropped. If you believe that's going to win for the Yankees and that should be their prototypical leadoff hitter, then hey, God bless you. If you're okay with that type of play, if you're okay with, $22 million to that player, fair game. If that's your prerogative and that's what you like, that's fine. Personally, me, I don't like that. That's not my type of leadoff hitter. Now, if the Yankees, did another move or they added, and maybe they didn't get Bellinger, but they added, Trent Grisham is back, I could simply go, okay, well, at least he should provide a little bit of power. If he hits in the low 200s, fine. And plays great defense. Last year he had horrific defense, so we don't know if that was an injury or whatnot. But to simply have concern about Grisham bouncing back, that's fair game. That's fair game. There's no consistency there. It's the same thing with Cody Bellinger. There hasn't been a ton of consistency that he's going to be the same guy he was. Again, I asked the question to the chat. I'll ask it again. If next year Cody Bellinger at 260 with 21 homers, would anybody be shocked? Would somebody sit there and go, oh my God, No, you wouldn't be. And that's just being honest.
And my issue with that is those numbers aren't bad numbers, but are those numbers worth $22 million in a year when you've made a concerted effort to not overspend? That's been my argument from the very beginning. No matter how many times different people try to take my words and twist them and change the argument and answer questions that I've never asked, my argument has always remained the same in the Trent Grisham realm. I do not believe in what we saw in 2025. And for me, he would have to do it again. And even then, I would still be skeptical. You can call me whatever you want. I'm sorry. There's 4 years, right? There's 4 years. He's been playing since 2019, I believe, but there's really only 4 years in his career that you could say, like, you got a full sample size of what is Trent Grisham.
2019, yeah.
Right. And I'm saying that based off of when I say like a full thing, I mean like 500 plus plate appearances. It's only happened in his career 4 times. And only one time out of those 4 times.
450 ABs.
If you go down to 450, I'm talking about 5 plate appearances.
No. Oh, plate appearance. Okay, yeah.
There's only 4 times in his career where he stepped to the plate over 500 times in a season, even though he's been playing since 2019. Because 2024 we barely played him, and then his first couple of years, he barely. The first year doesn't really count. He was rookie, and then the second year he barely played. It was kind of like 2024. So I'm not counting that against him. I think people think that I put 2024, like I weigh that a lot when I talk about Trent Grisham. I don't. I'm looking at the complete player, and when I look at the complete player, I can't just look at 2025. You see, but that's what a lot of people want you to do. And when you don't do that, they get angry with you and they start arguing with you and they want to call you names and they want to say that you don't know ball because you refuse to only look at his 2025 season. But I'm sorry. When it comes to any player, I'm not doing that. I did the same thing with Cody Bellinger, and I love Cody Bellinger. We said it. How many Pete says all the time? He's like, we don't dislike the player.
No, I love the player.
We don't dislike the player. We don't.
Like the player a lot.
But when you look at the player as a whole, you can't ignore the fact that this is the same guy that was DFA'd by the Dodgers after winning an MVP. That this is the same guy that was traded for a bag of chips by the Chicago Cubs. You understand? Now, thankfully, we were on the receiving end of that trade that was done for the bag of chips, and it worked out pretty well for us. But when you look at a player in totality and you remember those things, you can't ignore it. Looking at Cody Bellinger, what did I say? Look, last season is the second best season of his career. You understand? The only season better that he had was his MVP season. Last season was the second best season in Cody Bellinger's career. If we were just looking at that, in terms of projecting what we're going to get from him going forward, we would be psychopaths.
That's right.
It's the same for Trent Grisham. If we just look at 2025, but we don't look at the other 3 years where he had comparable playing time, we would be crazy. That's my argument. If you put the 4 seasons together, he's only done what he did last year 1 time out of the 4. That to me would tell me that in 4 chances, only 25% of the time did he look like the player that he looked like last year. And you're telling me that I have to go into 2026 with complete faith. And not only that, but not speak disparagingly about the Yankees giving him $22 million. No. But that I also can't disagree that it's not a bargain, the $22 million that he got paid. I'm sorry. I'm never going to agree with people who say that. They're never going to change my mind because the numbers are there. The numbers are there. And guess what? Even if he repeated 2025 and 2026, it would be 2 out of 5 years that he did it.
It's interesting too, right? When that's not when the numbers count.
Exactly.
When you use those numbers, the nerds don't want to hear those numbers.
No.
Well, it's been 1 out of 4 years, so I'm skeptical. Yeah, but the one numbers for the 1 year is what counts. No, not really. It doesn't work that way. You're allowed to do that.
You know this. What was the arguments that we were having about Clay Holmes? With Clay Holmes, everything was sample size. Everything was sample size.
That was it.
Everything was sample size. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, we could cherry pick a sample size for damn near 800. We could do it for almost every player in Major League Baseball. We could pick a sample size or a stretch of 1 week, 2 weeks, or whatever, where they were the best player. But we could do it with almost anybody.
That's right.
People don't believe it.
You could do a Volpe. You could do it with Anthony Volpe. Volpe got up to like a 765 OPS in May.
When he started. Yeah.
I'm saying, like,
or what What about when at the beginning of the season when Judge was hitting over 400 and hitting home runs and everything like that? If you took just that sample size, right? If we wanted to be those guys and we just went off of that sample size, whatever, we'd be like, I mean, come on, Aaron Judge. Even Ohtani with the pitching and hitting, he can't mess with Aaron Judge. This guy hit 400 and did the. Ohtani might never do that. You understand? You can't. But again, are the Yankees signing long-term contracts off of cherry-picked sample sizes? They can't be, right? They can't be, right? Are we crazy for saying that they can't be doing business that way? No, we're not crazy. I'm sorry. I just look. Again, Trent Grisham is not a player that like it's not a Josh Donaldson situation.
No, but he's not a dislikable guy either. Yeah. Where it's like and again, I don't think Francis is even here saying that Trent Grisham's going to hit 145 next year with 15 home runs.
No, that was shocking.
If Trent Grisham hit 216 with 28 bombs, I'm going to sit there and go,
okay,
I can see it. Okay. I can see that. I can see that. Yeah. I can definitely see something like that, but. It's also the other side of it. Can he revert back to the guy that he was the majority of his career? Yes. So to sit there and say, I question that, there's nothing wrong with that. You're not doing anything wrong. You actually have numbers to also back you up. Also, so that's the thing too, is like nitpicking is stupid because you can say, well, isn't that same thing a nitpick? No, it's not. There's more evidence of that's who he is than what last year was. That's all. That's all. That's it.
My last thing on Trent Grisham, and I promise you guys today, I put the Trent Grisham stuff like to bed because that part of the offseason is long since dead and gone.
And it's the majority of the lineup too.
It's not even just him.
You could say it about Jazz.
Exactly.
Which sounds crazy, but you can.
No, but it's true.
That's what I'm saying. Like
Jazz Chisholm is coming off the best season of his career.
You're looking at two of the biggest fans of Jazz Chisholm. We predicted 30-30. We sat there and predicted it, but
Jazz fans and Yankees Twitter, Yankees anywhere.
But again, would anybody be stunned if he didn't have the same year? No. He's a little more shocking because he's developing into his own and he's in his prime. You can see even better than last year.
Yes.
But would it shock anybody if he didn't have as great of a season? I think it's very fair to say no, it shouldn't shock you potentially. There's potential there.
Because he's also remember, he went from playing on the Marlins to playing on the Yankees. It's a completely different stage. People also, I think, this time sometimes gets lost in translation. When you're playing for the Yankees, you are playing on the world stage every single night. Every single night is prime time. Every single night, the eyes of the world are on you. Okay. It's like playing for the Dodgers now. It's like if you're out there, people are watching. Your games are televised. The Yankees play as many nationally televised games as anybody else in the league. They play more than most people in the league. This is a team that is heavily and closely watched. So what happens when a player like Jazz Chisholm goes from the Miami Marlins to the New York Yankees? More scrutiny, especially if he takes a step forward like he did in 2025 and looked even better. So now teams are going to be a little bit more focused on a Jazz Chisholm in 2026. They're going to be, well, this is what he was doing in 2025. This is why he was so successful in 2025.
And Jazz knows that.
Yeah, of course he does. He's a smart guy. I mean? He's a smart guy.
He knows that.
And I believe Trent Grisham knows that too.
Of course.
But the last thing I wanted to say about him, and like I said, with this, I finished with him. What part of, the fan base and the Yankees front office and everybody, what part do you guys look at it and say, or when do you guys look at it and say, a lot of this also had to do with the fact that he's hitting in front of freaking Aaron Judge? And it's not, again, people are going to say, oh, but you're knocking the player. Listen, it's not to knock on him. I just think it's a statement of fact. Hitting in front of Aaron Judge does things for people. Juan Soto said,
yeah.
Everybody would tell you this. Hitting in front of
which goes to show you how good my brother is. Yeah. Because what did everybody say? Well, let's see what he does without Judge there. All right, he showed you what he could do.
Another 40 home run season, and I'll be honest. I don't know if I said this on air last year or not, but I remember going into the year, I think Kev asked me, he's like, you don't think he hits 40 again? I was like, I don't think he hits 40 in the first year. Prove me wrong. Hit 40 in the first year, and it was not a very good year for the Mets, and people were targeting Soto towards the end of the year. Like, it was like teams could literally go into City and just look at Juan Soto because nobody was really producing like that. And I mean, yes, you feel like you got to worry about Lindor. But Lindor had a nasty slump at a part. There was a part where Soto was kind of like alone.
Yeah.
He still put 40 plus home runs on the board. This dude he's elite. But
he's the captain of the Mets. Go ahead.
The point that I'm making is, look, hitting in front of Aaron Judge does things to people, and I feel like you're the Yankees. You should know that better than anybody else, and that should also kind of help you or kind of change how you view things like Trent Grisham's 2025. Again, not to shit on him, but it should also give you that thought like, well, how many other people are out there that could produce similar results or similar numbers given the same opportunities?
That's right. That's right. Super chat here from Diego says, problem is the Yankees can and should be giving themselves the best shot. Question is, have they done it? You guys make the fan ask themselves that. No, right there with you. And there was just a comment that I wanted to highlight. Athletic J says, what we're all saying is the team isn't horrible, but you are relying on too many what ifs. And that's exactly what I think the majority of fans actually do believe. And it's funny, a lot of you guys are bringing up the Reds. I'm actually going to mention something about that a little later, coming up here momentarily regarding that type of team. But let's get to Bryan Hoch. I want to bring up this Bryan Hoch video real quick, played for you guys, and just give you his feedback on what he said, because I think a lot of it was very accurate. And the reason I'm going to highlight it is you don't get it a lot from beat writers, to be fair. So let's take a listen to Bryan Hoch.
Bryan Hoch joins us now to talk some Yankees. They haven't done much this offseason, so is retaining Bellinger enough?
I think it's going to have to be at this point of the offseason. I think the Yankees would have liked to have done more, but this reminds me a lot of that 2020 to 2021 offseason where they waited for DJ LeMahieu. Everybody figured it was going to get done. It made too much sense not to get done. And then by the end of it, they really kind of had to scramble and put together a team. So I think they're in a good position with what they have here. But yeah, they waited a long time for Bellinger, and it's a good thing they did because he's back where he belongs.
For sure. With Bellinger back in the fold now, what does this mean, though, for the young guys and Jason Dominguez and Spencer Jones?
Yeah, Brian Cashman had said they were preparing to go into spring training with a Jason Dominguez in left field and Spencer Jones challenging him. But to me, that always sounded a lot like when he talked about Bubba Crosby being their opening day center fielder until they went out and got Johnny Damon. So for Dominguez, I think it creates a situation where you want to see him play. And I'm not sure exactly how he's going to get that opportunity. It's a lot like in the second half last year where Dominguez needed at-bats, but you weren't going to play him over Bellinger, you weren't going to play him over Trent Grisham, and you weren't going to play him over Aaron Judge. So where exactly does he play? And you saw what happened. He barely got into games in the second half, and I think got one pinch hit at bat in the postseason. That's not going to cut it. So I really want to see him get an opportunity here because we've heard about the Martian's talent for years now. He needs a chance to show it.
All right, with Freddie Peralta now at Met, as we switch gears to Queens, and the Nationals sending Mackenzie Gore to the Rangers, do you see the Yankees adding a starter at this point?
I don't. I think that Ryan Weathers was a nice piece that they picked up. He's somebody who can slot back toward the bullpen. Peralta was really one that they wanted to get, and he made a lot of sense. I thought that was going to turn out a lot like that Devin Williams move from last year where they brought in a Milwaukee pitcher on an expiring contract. It didn't work out that way. He wound up across town, of course, and very good for the Mets, not so good for the Yankees. So I think they're going to go forward with what they have, and they can forecast here. Their rotation is solid to start the year. Then you've got Carlos Rodon probably coming in April or May, Garrett Cole coming probably in May or June, and Clark Schmidt sometime in the second half. That should be enough, and some of the guys they have right now in the rotation can move back into the bullpen later in the year.
All right, I need your opinion on the division. The AL East is sure to be one of the most competitive divisions in baseball next year. New York is currently the betting favorite. So how do you view the Yankees in the division landscape?
I am curious how that is getting forecast by the betting groups because to me, look, the Blue Jays are the team to beat. They were the ones in the World Series. If Isaiah Kiner-Falefa gets a little more off third base, we're talking about the defending world champion Blue Jays. So to me, the Yankees have to prove it on the field. I need to see them go head-to-head with the Blue Jays because they were a team. Toronto had their upper hand. Every time they went up to Toronto in particular, they got spanked up there. They need to prove that to me on the field. And the good news is they have an opportunity to do it here starting in just a few weeks.
Bryan Hoch.
Boom. Can I just simply again say shout out to Bryan Hoch because was that negative?
It was realistic.
Thank you. Like the idea that conversation can be considered negative because he only spoke his truths, what he believes, and what a lot of people believe is the same damn thing there. Kind of uncovering the whole thing really quickly. Jason Dominguez. This kid was known as the Martian before he was even 16 years old. That the talent was all there, everything was there. Jason Dominguez conquered every single level at about 20 years old by the time that he came up, hit the home run off Verlander. We guys know that. It feels like ages ago at this point. But he was expected. There's no doubt Jason Dominguez is going to have a spot to be a regular in the New York Yankees major league team. Now the Yankees are talking about Jason Dominguez is the team's fourth outfielder. He's the fourth outfielder. And I have a couple of concerns here when it comes to that. His value has already been affected. His value has already been hurt because you didn't play him over Alex Verdugo, who was one of the worst offensive players in baseball when the Yankees had him. To the point the Yankees didn't even simply say, we'll ride with Dominguez for 6 innings and then put him in the game for defense. They didn't even do that. They just said, overall, you're relegated to the bench. You're not good enough. To the point, the GM said, we're a better team with Alex Verdugo than Jason Dominguez. Those are not my words. That is the GM's words. Yet, you never hear him ever utter words like that about Anthony Volpe. He still continued to defend Anthony Volpe. He's the best option they have. He's the best player. He's a very good player. They believe he's going to be excellent. Okay, that's another story. When it comes to the rest of his conversation, when it comes to starting pitching, we missed out. We don't know what we're going to do there. He don't believe the Yankees are going to do anything. I think a lot of us also feel that way. Then when it comes to the construction of this idea that the Yankees are the heavy favorites, the betting favorites to win a division, he simply said, how do you put them over the Blue Jays? I just don't get it. Like, how do you simply with a straight face say they're going to win this division over the Toronto Blue Jays as it stands right now on January 23rd? He said, this is the defending champs. This is a team that was 1 out away from winning the World Series. And they got way better. They've improved their club significantly. And people are sitting there going, that's a problem. And I just wanted to compare and contrast there a little bit of being honest, but it's not negative. He's not burying the Yankees here, saying they got no chance. They suck. He said, you know what? For me to believe what that is saying, I'll need to see this on the field. Because even last year, they didn't play well against the Jays. Or, teams in their division.
Bro, when I look at this, I mean, first of all, the betting odds thing it's laughable. I mean, really, what do you go off? They owned the Yankees all year, like Bryan Hoch so eloquently stated. He said they slapped them around every single time the Yankees went up there last year. They won the season series. They dog walked them in the playoffs. I saw somebody in the chat a few moments ago say, "Well, they're not better without Bo Bichette." My brother, I don't know if you realize, Bo Bichette didn't play in the ALDS. He was injured. He was injured, and that same team, that same lineup, as without Akamoto, who they just added, that same lineup put 34 runs on the Yankees in 4 games. 34 runs on the Yankees in 4 games. In the first 2 games alone, they put 23 runs on the Yankees in Toronto. 23 with no Bo Bichette. No Bo Bichette. Now, when I look at the Yankees' offensive performance in that ALDS, and I look at the Yankees' offense, in general, that ALDS is very telling. Because that ALDS tells you a lot about who that Yankees offense really was. In game 1, what happened in game 1? We all know what happened in game 1. What happens with the Yankees all the time? They go out there and in October, sometimes they have these days where they just completely no-show. Game 1 was a no-show performance, literally. Yep. 10-1. Offense never showed. They just didn't show up. There was chances. There was opportunities, right? There's that AB when, they had Gosman on the ropes. Aaron Judge comes up. Big moment. Strikes out. Done. Okay. Game 2. The Yankees lost game 2. They gave up 13 runs. They lost. But they scored 7 runs. People like to bring up the fact that they scored 7 runs and they whatever. Who'd they score 7 runs off of, people? How did they get those 7 runs? Because it matters. Whether you want to believe it or not, it matters. This wasn't a day where they showed up in innings 1, 2, 3. They were getting runners on. They were getting shut down. They got those 7 runs when the game was already out of reach. Okay?
True.
The game was already out of reach by the time the Yankees finally showed up to the party. Now, game 3, that's the Aaron Judge game. And God bless Aaron Judge for having that freaking game, because that was the game, that was the performance that we were waiting for from Aaron Judge from his entire career.
Yep, the big moment, and he got it finally.
The big moment, right? Dare I say, the best. I know you said the Soto one from 2024 is your favorite one. My favorite Pizza Minetti call is the Aaron Judge home run off the foul pole, game 3 against Toronto. Phenomenal. Just the emotion, the moment, because I know how real it is. I know how real it was. I know how much you love Judge. I know how much I love Judge. I know how much he means to us Yankees fans. That moment meant something. Even in a losing series, that moment is always going to mean something to Yankees fans, because we know that Aaron Judge needed that. Yep. But I'll have you people know, that if Aaron Judge doesn't do that, right, they probably don't win that game. You understand? They scored 9 runs that game. 9 runs. They only scored 19 in the entire series, people. That means that half of their runs essentially came in one game.
That's right.
Toronto scored all series long. 10 runs game 1, 13 game 2, 6 game 3, 5 game 4. Bro, that's an offense. How are you putting the Yankees over them?
Can't.
What did we do? That Vegas or the odds setters are looking at and they're saying this is gonna put them ahead? What did we do? Ryan Weathers? No offense, love Ryan Weathers, really like the move, and I'm probably higher on him than a lot of the fans because I really like his stuff and I think there's a lot of upside there. He can't be the reason they're putting him over the Toronto Blue Jays. He just can't.
No,
he just can't.
Definitely not.
So what did they do? I don't know.
Your guess is as good as mine. To be honest, your guess is as good as mine. Kev with the super chat says, let's get Ty France and Gary Sanchez and call it an offseason. Lord have mercy. Ty France and Gary Sanchez returning to be the backup catcher would be nuts. Rah says, Yankees down, Giants up. Of course, getting their big coach there. A lot of Giants fans are happy about that.
Mm-hmm.
Gates of Above, Mets fans here, says, I'm surprised the Yankees were never in on Peralta. Brewers asked for Tong from the Mets. They quickly talked them out and got a deal done. Yankees could have easily done the same. Lewis, my guy, says, hey, Pete, you said the Yankees got a D+. That D should be a D for duplicate or double. Have a good day. Yeah, I said, when I said that, I said I give them a D for nothing different. That's what I said the other day. I give them a D for nothing different. I do want to bring this up real quick because this was sent to me earlier. John Heyman said that the Detroit Tigers asked for Ben Rice, Cam Schlittler, and George Lombard at a minimum for a deal for Turek Skubal. Is apparently what the rumor is out there. So, yeah, I don't know how many people for 1 year would have been saying, let's go ahead and jump on that type of trade. It's giving away a lot of that. That might have hurt the Yankees more than helped them, to be honest, for the 1 year, because there's a lot of additional holes that you got to try to fill. So that's a tough one. But let's do something we love to do here, of course, guys. It is your time. Let's go ahead and get to a couple of voicemails. And really quickly, I don't know if our friend, Keith, big Mets fan, still in the chat. I want to have a debate with Keith. I want to have a debate with him. Juan Soto's the captain of the Mets. I don't care what you say. And Keith is Puerto Rican, right?
Yes, Keith is Puerto Rican.
So I understand,
it's my boy, my buddy bro right there, bro.
There's going to be a lot of Lindor love, and I get it. That's Soto's team, okay? The minute and Francis knows I said this, the minute they signed him, I said, you got to give him that whole team. That's his team. And you got to build around that to stop all the little, back and forth thing. I'm not just saying that because, me and Soto are best friends. I'm not saying that for that reason. I'm saying it because that is his team, Mets. Get smart. Don't do this nonsense. That is his team. That's Juan Soto's team. Everybody knows it. Lindor knows it. And that's all I'm going to say about that.
He's campaigning for Soto's captaincy. This is
unbelievable. What am I doing?
This is next level right now.
You know what this
next
is?
level.
Can I say
He's
this?
literally campaigning, guys.
This is next level friendship is what this is. And
Yes,
to be
it
honest
is.
with you,
Yes,
I don't think Juan would be too happy with me.
No, he probably would not.
He would not be happy at all with me right now. But whatever. All right, this is my opinion. It's his damn team. All right. Anyway, let's get the voicemails.
Pete, Jira, Santino, Francis, NYYU community. It's Josh from Sheepshead Bay. How you doing?
Good morning.
What's up, brother?
Something's bothering me, in particular about this whole Jason Dominguez narrative. And I got a message for all these fucking dweebs that constantly like to use analytics and math and all this shit to predict how well Dominguez will or will not do. One other big thing about baseball is history, and that is being ignored. And I think, as a history teacher myself, I think we need to look at Jason Dominguez's history as a baseball player. Every single league that he has started, he started off with growing pains, and then the next year, or as he got used to things, he fucking dominated. Last year, I didn't think he had such a bad year, considering his inconsistent time and, in terms of playing.
That's fair.
I think if they give him a shot this year, legit, whether it be in the outfield or as a DH, if they don't trust him, I think he can have a really spectacular season. If they're not going to, unpopular take, he should be in the minors because he just does not profile as a fourth outfielder. I think this guy's getting a lot of shit for no reason, and I hope they don't trade him, and I hope he gets a shot with us. Let me know what you think. Be well. Let's go fucking Yankees.
Hey man, Josh, I'm there with you, brother. I'm there with you, man. I think it's a bit unfair for a lot of the stuff that Dominguez went through. Again, I spent the whole year, which is so weird. I spent the whole year debating Yankee fans, which is so strange to me. Yankee fans, a lot of Yankee fans, and not all of them, a lot of Yankee fans hated Jason Dominguez. And the reason why I feel like you used the word, it was almost like it's cool to dislike Dominguez type thing that was going around out there, that he was kind of looked upon as, well, the guy can't catch a fly ball with a net. I mean, he's just not good at all. He's not a good player. There's another miss for the Yankees. And they kind of just went off that narrative there. Jason Dominguez against right-handed pitching last year had 288 at-bats. He was one of the Yankees' best hitters against right-handed pitching. He had 274 against right-handed pitching last year. And I agree with Josh on a couple of things. Is it good for his development to be a fourth outfielder? Or is there a situation there where you say, hey, I know it sucks for you, and you could sit down and talk with him. Look, and the Yankees could easily do this. We do value you. We do want to see you get a shot. But let's be honest, Jason, right now, that opportunity's not here at the moment. We need you to play every day. And if that means you're spending that time every day in AAA to play baseball, well, maybe that's the best thing for his development. At least he's seeing regular pitching constantly and working on his defense constantly. How does it benefit Jason Dominguez to say, we'll get you in there every now and then? You'll be a pinch runner. We're not going to bring you in late in games for defense. We know that. You might start against a right-hander every now and then, but I'm sure, one of the reasons why the Yankees might be reluctant to say, let's trade him now, is because they know the knees are shot on Big G. G usually always misses time. One of those outfielders go down, God forbid. Jason Dominguez almost feels like you're putting somebody in there, at least with talent, that can maybe take over and earn himself a spot and maybe go off and have a breakout year potentially. So I understand it in that respect. I also understand the possibility of trading him. I understand that too, of saying, we've never really played you over guys like Verdugo. Why the hell will we even do it now? Will we ever even like Bryan Hoch said? Were they ever really serious about playing Jason Dominguez either way? I don't buy it. And he even said it. That's what he said. It was like the Bubba Crosby thing where they can say it all they want. Nobody's buying it based off how you guys have utilized them in the past. So is there a trade out there that could work? I mentioned teams like the Twins. I'll even mention a team like the Reds. The Reds make some sense for a guy like Jason Dominguez, a young player they could build around. They got a lot of pitching in Cincinnati. You know, there's another guy out there in Cincinnati. I'll throw his name out there. There was a Twitter account. I forgot his name. I wish I knew it. He mentioned him months ago, about 2 months ago, probably. And I was like, I retweeted. I was like, this is actually a pretty smart idea. It's kind of a Brian Cashman move. Nick Lodolo is a guy who is filthy, stupid left-hander. Problem is, he's really kind of up the Yankees' alley because he's never on the field. Yes, again, it's another lefty. Yeah. But Lodolo got really good stuff. And like I said, if they were to make a move like that, I'm like, I could see the upside. And Dominguez wasn't doing dick here. They weren't allowing him to play. I understand it. But maybe they are holding out the hope that guys always get injured on this club. Guys always miss significant amount of time. It would be stupid of us if they do believe in him, which is hard to believe, that we can go ahead and just, let him run out there and play baseball.
I mean, you can't. You kind of have to. You got to be ready. I think the best course of action with Dominguez, at this stage, I mean, unless of course you are trading him for something that upgrades the team immediately, I think the best course of action is AAA. I can't sit here and speak about it as if I necessarily love the idea, but I just think
I don't either. But
if we're being realistic, Jason Dominguez's development is stunted if he's sitting on a bench 5 days out of the week. I don't know anybody out there that's going to sit there and tell me or try to argue that it's better for him to be watching Yankees baseball like the rest of us than to be out somewhere on a field somewhere playing and getting reps in the outfield and getting ABs. Like, at this stage in his career, there's not much more he can learn from sitting on a bench. It's very different. It's not the Spencer Jones situation where, Spencer Jones hasn't yet had his cup of coffee. He hasn't experienced it. He hasn't taken ABs in front of the Yankees crowd. He hasn't done a road trip with the big league club. He hasn't done any of that. So for him, I could see it being a situation where I'd be like, yeah, we want to get Spencer's, feet wet up here. Let's give him. Jason Dominguez has already done all of that. He's already done all of that. He is at a point where he needs to be playing as much as humanly possible. And if the reps aren't going to come at the big league level, there's really no other option than to put him in AAA. Option him down there, start him down there. And the moment that significant playing time opens up, and I use the word significant because I'm not talking about somebody's 10-day IL stint. I don't think that's it either. I don't think it's a situation where somebody gets hurt and then 3 days later they put them on the IL retroactive to 2 games ago and they're going to be back next week and then we call up Dominguez for 2-3 games. No. Yeah. Or a situation where you call them up to be the 26 to 27 man, a doubleheader, and he doesn't even take the field. No. I mean something significant where somebody's going to be out a prolonged period of time, 2 weeks, 3 weeks and up, something like that, and he's going to be getting playing time, then you call him up and you start giving him run. But if it's not going to be like that, I'm sorry, he needs to be on a field every day, not just practicing, not just playing game reps. This is especially important for Jason Dominguez, who, like we've said on this channel several times, he's not your average prospect who has all this game experience under his belt. Remember, Jason Dominguez is very different. He comes from Dominican Republic. There's not a lot of game reps out there before these guys sign. These guys are playing in showcases. Yeah, he was a raw talent immediately.
Yeah,
they're not real games. They're not real games. Showcases are not real games. It doesn't give you real game experience. A lot of these guys' first real game experience, a lot of the times, comes when they put pen to paper and they get on that plane. They come over here and they start playing for one of the teams here in the lower levels. Then they start getting acclimated and whatever. Also with Dominguez, he lost the whole year due to COVID. He's a very different prospect. And unfortunately for him, I don't think he's on the same. I don't think he's on equal footing when it comes to in-game experience, game reps. I think he really, truly needs that, and I think we'd be making a big mistake not giving it to him in 2026.
Yeah, and funny you say that. Jorge Castillo, who is an ESPN insider, says the Yankees will trade Dominguez before the start of spring training and could use him as a part of a trade to bolster another area, perhaps pitching or a right-handed hitting catcher or an outfielder. So, I mean, I don't know if the Yankees are going to just give Jason Dominguez away. I don't think that's the route to go. I think if he's a part of a bigger deal, maybe somebody with a bit of upside, I understand the possibility of that. But I don't think they're going to just go ahead and hand him over for a backup catcher. I don't see the Yankees doing that. That just doesn't make sense. You might as well keep him in AAA if that's the case.
Like, what's the deal? Like,
yeah, it doesn't make sense. Like that, you'd have to have a
speak,
conversation with him and just say, hey, AAA is the best option for you right now.
To be so confident in a deal like that getting done, but nothing to be on the horizon is kind of wild. Jorge.
Yeah, I don't understand that.
unless he knows something, but like, what's the deal, Pete? Like, who is it that the Yankees?
And he's kind of just throwing it out there that it could be just a backup catcher. I mean, they're gonna deal him for, obviously. I'm like, I don't think that doesn't make sense.
$5 million signing bonus.
Yeah, I don't think you just pass that off and give that away. Somebody with such high talent to it. And like I said, there's a lot of people out there that says Jason Dominguez has no value. That's bullshit. Jason Dominguez is 23 years old. He has a taste of water in the major leagues, and that's it. I mean, I think Dominguez is also one of those talents that if somebody said he had a really good year next year, there's a majority of people would sit there and go, well, I mean, I can see that. I mean, why not? I mean, obviously the talent's there. So yeah, I can see him having a good year, but the same thing. You could also have people say, yeah, I kind of think that's more of who he is, and he has a bad year. So, it's just one of those things right now where you do got to give the player a little bit of time, and the Yankees shouldn't just sell him to sell him. So let's get to another voicemail here. Here we go.
All right.
Oh,
it's
shit.
Friday afternoon. And you know what that means, guys. Afternoon delight.
Yeah.
Afternoon delight. Special warm shout out to my man Macho, who's coming home today. So glad you're feeling, brother. So glad you're feeling better, brother. I love you. I kick it to once out, Pete. Pete, Francis, Jera. Oh, that little Santino and the greatest community in the world, Pete. So they got Belly back. Wow, 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 wow. I couldn't care less. I really mean it. I couldn't care less. All right, so let's see what happens. But Pete, I got a song.
Come on, sing it, brother.
Here we go.
Sing it.
Smoking guns, hot to the touch. We'll cool down if we didn't use them too much. Yeah, we're so alone and so really matters to me.
Take a look around.
Too much. Hey, Yanks, you're out of touch and I'm out of time. And you're out of your head when you're not around. You're out of touch. And you're out of time. And I'm out of my head 'cause you're not around.
Whoa.
Whoa. Whoa. Yes, guys. Out of touch. So come back to me. Come back to us. Somebody show that you know what the hell you're doing. Belly, I have nothing against you. All right, we ran you back. I wouldn't have signed you for the 5 years. But, Pete, fact is, pressure's going to be on him from day one. Now, it's what you do with it. So let's fucking go, Yanks. Let's go!
Feel you, Dom. I feel you, my brother. Let's go ahead to the one, the only. They say he is the way. Kyle Malay.
Hey guys, Kyle Malay here. Hope everyone's having a good day. Everybody stay safe this weekend. This weather's supposed to be bad, apparently. I definitely won't be working Sunday and Monday if we get what they're calling for. But yeah.
I love Malay.
How accurate is Bobby Malone? Is he a reporter or what? Because he's saying that Jason Dominguez will be traded before the start of spring training. How accurate is he? Can you tell me? I was just wondering. But yeah, hopefully Yankees aren't done. Hopefully they do something. Because this is not it. We cannot run this team back the way it was last year. It didn't work last year. It's not going to work this year. But yeah, tell me what you think, and let's all have a good day. And Hope you guys have a good show. Go Yankees. Let's do something, Catherine. Wake up.
Tell him, Malay. Bobby's been a friend of our show, friend of NYU. He's a fan. I mean, he's a fan giving his opinion. That's all. I wouldn't, that's not saying nothing wrong. He's a fan giving his opinion, like many other people. Thinks that obviously, there's not really a spot. Is he a fourth outfielder? The Yankees move him. A lot of people feel that they're going to go ahead and move him. So that's the commentary there on that. We'll play one more, guys, and we're going to wrap up.
Hey, Pete. So I guess the Yankees are going to run back the same team as last year. Not surprising. I saw on Twitter, I don't know if Francis is there, but if he is, some guy said that, the Yankees had the best offense in baseball last year. And I'm like, what the fuck good did that do against the Blue Jays? You know what it did? It did dick. I mean, it's unbelievable. Francis responded to it. And it was just like, I don't know, these people, man, I tell you, some of these Yankee fans are just, they make you laugh. What can you say? Anyways, brother, peace.
Appreciate you, man. Good to hear from you again. I know it's been a little while since there was Yankee games and all that, but a regular caller, of course, on post-game season live. We got a super chat here. Cheeks says, Yankees get a D like the grannies get a D from Francis.
Shout out to my guy Cheeks.
Cheeks. Now, Cheeks could be a woman.
Could be.
Woman calls herself Cheeks. You better have them cheeks. I'm just saying.
You. Yeah.
Don't call yourself Cheeks.
And not just any cheeks. I'm talking about like Mrs. Met level.
I was gonna send a message to our good friend Jose Reyes about Mrs. May. Took a picture with Mrs. Met, and I'm like, hey, Jose, I'm trying to get Francis and a friend of mine. Yeah.
Jose needs to listen, like him. We're
gonna talk. We'll talk
Love
to
the
Jose
hoodies.
potentially this year.
Stay away from Mrs. Met, buddy. I get it, but reservations have been made.
She got the yams. She does have the yams. Hey, look, I tell you what, they're beating the Yankees in that department. There's no doubt about that.
Oh, for sure.
In the Cheeks department, I mean, who did the Yankees got?
Oh, come on.
Hey, come on. Mrs. Meta's out there like, yeah, I know.
Well, we got to wait to see them play because they might, when they start playing, they might be more cheeks than we've ever seen.
Potentially. Yeah.
Relax.
Take it easy. Joke, all right.
You see, that's the shit that they'll see in a clip and they'll be like,
oh my God, look what he said.
He said they're going to be cheeks. They're going to lose 100 games.
He said they're going to be cheeks.
He's so toxic, that Francis.
He said, oh my God.
Bessie. Thank the gods for Bessie. And her tits.
My brother Rod Thompson says, what is a Friday All Rise without Sir Francis Lee? Yankees are kings of window shopping. They are in on everyone, but never move the needle. Never forget who our shortstop is, Sir A.J. Soprano. Love ya. It's funny. I rewatched The Sopranos, and man, Tony had to be really let down by AJ, man. He had to really be let down by AJ, man. AJ was a tough one. Besides, after he tries it kind of made me laugh a little bit because he tries to kill Junior and he wants to go in there and kill Junior with the knife and he drops it and gets in trouble and Tony has to bail him out. Tony goes, you couldn't even do that right. He's like, what did it do? You couldn't even do that. And then he's like, you're a good guy. You're a good guy. That one hit home because you could tell that was a touching moment in the series for Tony Soprano's character. Damn, this kid isn't me. You know what I mean? He don't got what I had. And is that a good thing? Maybe, you're just a good guy and there's nothing wrong with that. So,
I mean, he should have known that he wasn't like him once he saw that AJ did have the makings of a varsity athlete. Am I right? Huh?
The sports scenes on that show are hilarious, by the way.
I had to do it, bro.
When Silvio says, I'll shove that whistle up your fucking ass.
Bro, I saw a post the other day, and it's a picture. It's a picture of Jackie Jr. holding the football.
Yes, I saw you
and
share
it was like the Giants need to sign Jackie Jr. to coach the team.
I'll shove that whistle up your fucking ass.
And Jackie Jr.
I'm going to say that this year. I'm going to say that. If I called football games, I wouldn't stop saying that.
He's in the backyard. He's like, it's all in the eyes, AJ.
Damn. Guys, quick plug real quick. You guys see the hats we're wearing? Unfortunately, this baby right here is sold out. Francis, see the hat Francis got on right there, folks? We got about 3 more. I got 3 Stanleys available. Loads of fire Yankee hats, by the way, that you ain't going to find all over the place, especially at these prices. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out right now.
Oh, yeah.
MLYunderground.com. Shipments happen very, very quick here, all right? We don't take time. We get orders and we ship them. That's how we do it here at the U. You're never going to wait for the merchandise. Cool update for everybody. Keychains are on the way. T-shirts are on the way. The NYU shirt that's already on the site that's sold out, that is on the way. Nicholas, I got you, brother. They're on the way. Francis Lee, his company, Heart of the City. We got a collab T-shirt on the way, coming out very, very soon.
Fire.
Hats are being restocked. There is a ton of stuff that we are working on here.
The OG hat, right?
The OG hat is
The
also,
OG hat's coming
the
back.
OG
The
hat, these hats, the keychains, Stanleys, different type of shirts, more different items I'm also working on. There's a lot of things I'm working on here. A lot of things that I am actually really, really putting forward and working on to make this the greatest year and allow you guys to feel great repping NYU out there in public and repping really in style, because we put some fire-ass shit out, all right? We put some fire shit out here at the U. So again, guys, thank you so much for the continued support. You're the best. So much more to come. Again, any type of breaking news, we'll have it covered for you here, right here at NYU. Yeah, brother.
1 second. I wanted to send thoughts and prayers to a member of Yankees Twitter. We normally don't, we normally don't do this. We don't interact with, too many different people. But the reason I want to do this is because my interactions with this person have always been overwhelmingly positive. And even when we disagree on things, it's still been positive discourse and stuff like that. And to me, Yankees Twitter would be a much better place if more people took the approach that this woman does. And she's currently dealing with some personal stuff. So thoughts and prayers to Sierra.
Yes.
Yeah, she posted that out there. I saw you retweeted it. I retweeted, I liked it, whatever. Anytime somebody's going through something, obviously, whether we agree, disagree, or whatever, we're going to send our thoughts and prayers, but especially to somebody like Sierra, who, moderates, a bunch of chats that they do. What do they call the spaces on Twitter and stuff like that? I haven't been on a space in so long. I forgot what they're called. You believe that? Am I getting old or something? Like, what's happening here?
We are considered unks.
We're unks.
Apparently, according to my oldest, I can say my oldest son now. My oldest son.
You like that? You like that?
Son.
Oh, you like
my
that?
Oldest son. People wouldn't believe me if I said the baby. They ain't gonna believe that.
The baby.
The oldest son says basically when you hit like 27, you're an unk.
Which is crazy.
Because
I feel like unk status starts at like 37, 38. That's just me.
I can make the case that I'm not an unk yet. I can make the case I'm not an unk yet. All right? He's going to see this and laugh at me. I'm going to make a case I'm not an unk.
Nah, I don't think you are.
Even though I embrace it. I embrace being an unk. I love it. I love being, that's the old school. Okay, cool.
Listen, man.
Right with that.
From the designated unks. From the designated unks to the world.
At least we're not the designated cucks.
No,
okay?
Definitely not. No,
Never that.
There's a couple of those out there, but we're not referencing that. Like I said, man, thoughts and prayers always, man. Yes. Love and positivity, because that's what it's about. Don't listen to what the haters say. NYU is about positivity, spreading love, pushing our mission forward, and we don't let anything get in the way. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't stand on the tracks, because you're going to get run over.
Facts. Sierra, much love to you. Thoughts and prayers your way. No doubt about that. And the one thing about this community, not speaking for everybody here, but I know me, Francis, a lot of you out there, we do believe in prayer. So when we say it, we don't just say it. We don't just say it to throw it out there. We really do believe in the power of prayer. So definitely will be in our thoughts and prayers. No doubt about that. We do got a super chat, right? This is the Unk conversation. We could probably go hours for this conversation. Unk increases with age, starts at 27, full unk at 45. So they added some logic to this. So you're in the beginning stages of it. You're not full unk yet. 45, that's it. You're done. You are an unk. It's no longer considering anything else. You are full-fledged unk.
27 is crazy, though.
I think 27's nuts. I still believe
27's why? Like, that would make Juan Soto an unk.
Yeah, Juan Soto's an unk. I'm going to have to reach out to him and say Unk Soto now. I mean,
he is an unk.
He is an unk, yeah.
He is an unk in reality, but come on.
Nicholas says, I'm 29 and I'm called an unk, so I can verify. All right,
That's
well, maybe
wild.
This is... What the hell is half an unk?
I don't know what you talk about over there, Auntie, because you're right there with us.
I got to say this. I'm not going to say the actual thing, But half an unk is such an Italian thing to say. What is this guy, half an unk?
What's got half an unk?
This guy half an unk on.
That's going to be Jira's new
name. I don't know if
name.
he's 50, 36. He's like half an unk.
In 2026, Jira's new name is Titi Jira. Titi Jira.
Ladies and gentlemen, much love to each and every one of you guys. Any breaking news, we got you covered. Until then, peace out, folks. Until next time. Catch you later.
Hey, we outside. Yeah, we outside. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop. Better catch up, cuz we out. Look, I ain't skating through unless they talking 8 figures. Said I dream too big, about to do it way bigger. I'm the boss when I walk through, straighten up and sit up. I ain't never had to tell them, but they know.